We are live. I'm going to open up our YouTube and see if that's actually working. Da, da, da. Yes, it is working. Boy, I do need to thank John Horenza of Legends of Tabletop for walking me through all of this. I usually run on his channel a lot, so he's kind of like taught me how to this is how you live stream, and this is so yeah. Okay, so we are, for everyone at home, we're just getting started. We're waiting for two of our players to show, but we're going to get started pretty much sooner rather than later, and if somebody drops in a little earlier, we will. So why don't the three of you introduce yourselves and your characters to the game?
Hi, I'm Fink Noddlefish.
Fink Noddlefish.
Told you it was an easy pronunciation. I'm going to be playing an Osakar, which is a six-limbed, barrel-shaped plant creature, but still a full citizen of the frontier.
Right.
I am the basically the coreman of the group. Yeah, the medic
and robotic expert, which will be
mainly because there's a lot of robotics in medical now.
Okay, Sean T.
I'm playing Harlan Wells, local soldier, farm boy, and boxer. Childhood friend of Fish.
Sean L.
I'm Sean. I'm playing a Yazarian, which is in between it's a giant spider monkey / flying squirrel kind of guy. My name is Torga Galisa in the game, and he's a pilot, ex-military pilot, as well as a bit of a survival nut.
Well, you're still your current military pilot because you're part of the Civic Defense Force.
Yes,
you got like National Guard.
National Guard, got it.
And the H is silent, so it's Torga.
Torga.
I was pronouncing it with an H, so
I was going to be snippy about it later.
My apologies. I did say in the video that I'm butchering some of these names, and I pre-apologize. Like an honorary Canadian.
Oh yes, I'm playing a exotic race called Human.
Okay, Joel, just introduce your character and your yourself to the audience.
I'm taking notes so I remember. I have a
new to the frontier.
Yeah, my main issue is I get monkey, I get bug, I get that, but remembering what the actual names are the actual species names are what's tripping me up. So I need to write that down.
Right.
So my name is Joel Jackal. I'm playing a Dralocyte named Larmo Wint. Now, I didn't mention a gender because we could be one, the other, or neither at any particular time. Think of a large amoeba, and that's basically what I am. My character, like a lot of Dralocytes, we enjoy a sense of humor, although it is not a sense of humor that others always appreciate. So Larmo's got in his sense of humor was going into people's computers and making them just do annoying things to their users. So he got in a little bit of a trouble and was forced into the compulsory service a couple of years early because a judge decided that its skills would be better put to use, his computer skills would be better put to use in a positive way in the military as opposed to just causing mischief. So that's where I am.
Okay.
While doing that, got a little, picking locks, caused, general general petty crime nuisance.
Okay.
So that's
We
why
didn't ask
that's
your
where
life
I am.
story. We just wanted an intro.
Okay. All right. Hang on.
All right. So, as you all know, we're playing in Solar Miner.
Right.
One of the best parts about Solar Miner is it's such a backwater. Very little is written about it, so I can pretty much create Solar Miner for our game. The city that you all live in is called Gaia Station. It is one of the new cities. It's less than 12 years old. And it is the spiritual successor to a city called Gaia City, which was destroyed in the Second Sathar War. Gaia City is about 200 kilometers from where this city is set, and that is literally a still semi-irradiated ruins. The continent you're on, it's one of 4 continents. The continent you're on is called Joplin. And that's all I got for now. I haven't named the capital. I haven't named the other continents. But I've got a geologist friend that I'm going to talk to about designing the continental plates and the cities here. So
Don't let him lick the map.
So yeah, Joel, I'm gonna pick your brain before in a session or two to kind of create the planetary map of Solar Miner of Circe. You're on the planet Circe in the Solar Miner system. The best part about Circe is it's also a lightly populated planet, so it has only a handful of cities. So I really don't need to work so hard, Okay, so you guys are you've got some downtime. If you do have jobs, you've got some time off. It's we're gonna say it's the start of a long holiday where most businesses are closed for about a week. So if you do have jobs, you've got downtime from them. Okay. And you don't really have plans. You've planned to hang out. Maybe go to go down into the city center and do this, that, or the other. But really, you don't have solid plans. And that's when your chronocom goes off. That's Thorga's chronocom. It all starts with him this time. And it's a number you don't recognize, but it's flagged as urgent.
Okay. I'd take the call. Hello.
Okay. The face on the other side of the screen is an older Yazarian, middle-aged. He's in a very dimly lit room. He's probably in his home, so he doesn't have his visor on. And you see that his eyes have a very peculiar look to them. They are slightly bulged, and they're like bloodshot. I would like you to roll a logic.
What's that? That's a pass. That is a pass.
This is a sign that this person at some point has experienced near fatal decompression.
Okay.
Ouch.
And
I don't know the person at all.
No, you don't know him at all. But he does wear he's got a half cape on. Very ceremonial. So this is a formal call, which is odd. Because one, there aren't that many Yazarians on Circe. And what's even odder is the emblem he has on the center of his cloak pin is a horse-like creature, which means that he is from the same clan as you are. You are both members of the Kabir. We have to settle on a pronunciation for your clan. Kabaria.
I said Kabarian, but
Okay, Kabarian. It's Clan Kabarian, whatever. He's a Kabarian Yazarian, which is even odder because, one, there aren't many Yazarians, and what are the chances there's another Yazarian clansman from your clan? You've never met him. And he says, am I speaking to Thorga, Torga Galicia?
you are a clan brother.
Ah, good. I was wondering if we could speak on a matter of grave importance. I can be at your door in 10 minutes.
That's acceptable.
He nods and he says, you are with the Civic Defense Forces, yes?
I am still. Yes, that is correct. Accurate.
Do you have battle companions?
I do. Yes, we have a team.
That is very good. We may require them.
Is this official business or is this?
I'll
personal?
explain. It's rather delicate. But if you trust them, if you consider them brothers, I will meet with them as well. Or if you would rather wait and hear me out, you can decide whether my request is honorable enough and then summon them. I leave that up to you, young one.
I will trust you, clan brother. I will bring them into the meeting.
And he turns it off, and you hear he's on the call. You hear the whine of a turbofan, and you realize he's making this call from a moving air car.
Interesting.
So you've got 10 minutes if you wanted to call any of the other players, or if you would just wish to meet him.
If I know where everybody is, I would probably contact them all or whoever's closest if someone's not right nearby.
Okay. We can say that all of the characters here are there, and Matthew's character, since he's unfortunately running a little bit late, he'll jump in. He's indisposed. He's taking a shower while all this is going on.
Okay. Well, I'll call the rest. I'll say, gentlemen, I've had an official request from my clan. It's very important to myself and my clan. He's making a request of us, and I'd appreciate it if you could attend this meeting, just if anything, to support me in case this goes sideways.
So we're meeting at your place?
At my place. In 10 minutes, apparently. He sounded like he was on an air car.
Are we? This is not with the Defense Force. There's nothing to do with that.
That has nothing to do with that. It's a clan brother from.
Are we going to be doing? Is there something that we're going against official channels here that we're going to be getting into some trouble?
I wouldn't know yet. He hasn't. He gave me no details. He just asked if I could meet with him and I could bring any members of the Defense Force that I worked with along with me for the meeting. If anything, it protects us as a group.
I guess we have nothing to lose by hearing him out.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking.
So we'll say that the last one of you is arriving just as his air car lands right in front of. We'll say you have you live in an apartment development in one of the suburbs. You're just starting out. You're young. You're all young individuals. So he lands. He secures it. He comes walking out. He appears regal, definitely older, and he walks a little slower than most Yazarians would. And he actually has a walking stick. And it's kind of a club walking stick. Like you realize, well, Thorga, you realize that this is, his official self-defense weapon on official business. So although he seems to need it as a walking stick, he can probably defend himself with it. So he comes over and he says, Torga Galicia. Torga Galicia?
Yes.
I am Pelgraf Tedeschi. I am pleased to meet you, and I am in your debt for taking this meeting. Maybe go in and sit, and then you can introduce your battle comrades.
Absolutely.
I like the sound of that.
And he hobbles inside, and you guys have all seen the red eyes. So roll your logic to see. Well, it's to see if you know what that means.
Oh,
Yes, I do.
No.
Is it logic or is hold on? I feel like I'm relearning this game after so many years.
Yes, I made it by a lot.
Okay, you realize. Well, anybody with medical training, so Fish, you'd get it. Or he's experienced near fatal decompression, which is not something most people survive.
I'll lean over. Hey, Fish, what's up with this guy?
Oh, Wells.
He's had a rough day.
Oh,
He
It's logic.
he's actually survived decompression, and it's not something you really come back for, but it is possible.
Okay, so you see, as you walk in and you go into your apartment, you see that, yeah, he does need the walking stick, and he is a little slower on his feet than most. And he sits and he kind of like puts the walking stick in front of him, and he says, "So I'm guessing you're wondering why I've summoned you all here." He says that I'm an engineer. I've been living in Solar Minor. I've been helping with the civic planning and the reconstruction of many of the cities here, along with my wife, Zenga Nutel. She's a executive chef at the Helios. And when he says that, it's like the premier hotel restaurant on Gaia Station in the city you live in. He says, I have a daughter, Zola, but she's very young, so I'm having her watched while we have this meeting. She's safe. How much
Safe from?
He looks over at Torga and he says, "How much do they know of our politics?"
Not much. Don't generally speak of home life much.
He says, "Zenga is an Envia, which means that she is not from the Kabari clan. She is not even from a clan from the same homeworld. She is from a Histran clan. The Envia are known for being taller and more grayish in color. He says that we came to Solar Minor to get away from the politics. Because I am a war hero, my tribe gave me a special dispensation to marry outside of my clan, on the condition that I leave the system and have as little to do with the clan as possible. I am not an outcast, but let's just say that I'm better living farther away from them, where this union would not be in everyone's notice."
Honorable.
And he says that if any of you doubt, I do not claim to be a hero lightly. I have been decorated by Space Fleet. I received the Nebula Star, which is a star for gallantry. He goes, I would not claim honors I have not earned. To be clear, if anything, Zenga's clan resisted the Union more than mine. she was not given a special dispensation and choose to give up all of her clan rights to marry me, have our child, and for many years we've been living quite happily together until yesterday, when she didn't pick up our daughter after her shift, and I got a call. I picked up my daughter. I came home and I found our house in disarray. One of our security robots destroyed, and a note from her brother, Olgien. Olgien is challenging me to Tarmagesha. And Thorgar, you will know this, but the others, he says, let me explain. Tarmagesha means that I must prove myself worthy to marry his sister, even though we are already married. He's picking a place for me to come with a team to rescue her by force. He will have a team of defenders defending her. Tarmagesha is a bloodless battle, although people do die. He says, I suppose for the other races, it would be similar to a game of spirited rugby. Injuries are common, deaths are rare, but they do happen. Weapons are mostly archaic and melee ceremonial weapons, but technically any weapon is allowed. If you are rendered unconscious or unable to fight, if you are, let's say that you are stunned or tased or knocked unconscious, your opponent won't press the attack to deliver a killing blow, but you are honor bound to no longer participate in the Tarmagesha. You can still travel with your companions, but you can't render them any aid. Now, knowing her brother, this is actually rather permissive of him. It's a way for him to save face, and if I'm successful, to allow her to stay married to me without dishonoring his clan. I don't know if he would be so permissive if he knew that he had a niece. So I'm trying to make sure that she doesn't get drawn into this. But if I cannot lead the team to save her, I must find a champion from within my clan to lead the team in my name. As you can see, since my decompression, I've never been in the best of health. I've received many surgeries. This is pretty much the best my health is ever going to be. So, Torga, you see what I am asking?
I see what you're asking, yes, and I see your predicament. When do you have to respond to his request? When is the...
My team must be on the ground upon the arena. He is set within 3 days. He goes, I've spent one finding you.
What's the travel time, GM, to get there?
He hasn't told you where it is.
Oh, of course. I didn't know if it was like a central location. Well, I'll ask. How far? How distant is this?
He says it's he says it's to take place within. Give me 1 second. He said it is within the Falov Forest National Park on the continent of Kiltrick-Chinvik. The arena is a 5-mile radius of Lake Dagolo. I can provide transport for you and your team. I can also supply you with some ceremonial weapons, armor, gear. I can stay on station. I have a a medical robot. So I will stay on station to provide a medical camp, a MASH center for your wounded, but I cannot enter the 5-mile radius, or I'll be considered a combatant and attacked. And the robot, if the robot entered or the air car entered, our transport entered, it would be considered a violation. So we'll have to find I'll have to find a spot to drop your team within 5 miles of that lake, within 5-kilometer radius of that lake. And of course, you can keep all of the gear I supply you with in good faith. Because of my special dispensation and my heroics, I am able to grant all non-Yazarians honorary clan membership as a clan fellow. And I can pay you 250 credits each, plus a 500 credit bonus each once you have successfully liberated my wife. Do you find these terms acceptable?
Gentlemen, you'll have to answer for yourselves. I can only answer for myself as a clan member.
What? Yeah, you want me to find something? I'll find something.
Well, Torga, do you find it acceptable? Because our opinions don't mean anything.
Oh, yes,
until we know that our member is going.
I'm honor bound to assist a clan member in distress, and this is definitely meeting that criteria, even given his non-clan wife. I give him a little bit of a look.
He nods, and he doesn't have a look of shame on his face, but he has a look of, I understand that you don't agree, but I'm grateful that you're not making an issue of it.
No.
I mean, you're your member of your clan, and we're your brothers in the defense force. So if you're going, I'm going.
Thank you.
Well, Wells.
Like I said, if you want me to find something, I'll find something.
If Wells is in, I'm in.
Excellent. He says, I'm allowed to send up to 5. Do you have another brother?
We have
Oh
one,
God.
but he's having a shower right now. He hasn't decided to show up yet.
He says,
He should be along shortly.
He says,
Yeah,
I have
rough
some equipment in the trunk of my car. If one of you would be kind enough to bring the case, I can distribute some of your starting gear.
I go get it.
Okay. He, triggers his.
I'll help.
He triggers it, and you come in with the case, and he distributes the following items to each of you. 1 dose of Biocort.
Hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Biocort?
Fire cord.
Fire cord.
It will give you plus 10 hit points, plus 10 stamina points, hit points. What game am I playing? Once a day. I'll wait for Larmo to get back on station.
So, yeah, I missed the middle part, I guess. I heard the money compensation, but there was something else about loot.
Oh, he can pay you 250 credits for going.
Yeah, I caught
and
that.
there's a 500 credit bonus. And he's going to give each one of you an equipment pack that you can keep.
And that's what he's distributing. Okay.
So as things pop up in my head and so forth, a little bit more flesh out for my character. When not on duty, he's first off, if he forgot what an Osakar looks like,
Right.
So that long neck and that small head has a bright red fez on it with chin strap.
I love it.
And he's always wearing Hawaiian shirts
Oh, this just gets better and better.
with either Greek god references or,
Hula girls?
no, anatomy references, usually of the ortho nature. So bones of various races or chitinous exoskeletons, whatever.
Gotcha. All right. Back to the equipment. You get 1 dose of Biocort, which is plus 10 stamina once a day. You get 2 doses of Stay Dose, which stabilize a dying person. He explains that if you're up against an opponent and they look like they're in risk of dying, use this to stabilize them. But once they're rendered unconscious, they're no longer combatant. We're trying to follow the rules of Tamagisha, so I urge you to use restraint, limited restraint. He says you can beat them to hell, just don't kill them. Because trust me, they will be trying to beat you to hell and knocking you unconscious. But he's given his word, so I trust that any deaths on your part will be accidental. He gives you each a vibro knife with 120 SUE clip. He gives each one of you a military skin suit set in the camouflage pattern of the Falov Forest.
Does that have an armor value?
It will shield you from inertia damage at 50% rate for 50 points.
Can
So
I
if
breathe
you're-
through it?
What?
Can I breathe through it?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, it's like a bulletproof, it's like bulletproof mesh. If you get hit for 12 points from like anything inertia based, you take 6. The suit takes 6. When you get to 50, the suit is destroyed. You get a helmet, which will give you an extra 15 points of stamina before you're rendered unconscious or dead. There's a bandolier, for whatever armor, Biocort, the vibro knife, and it's emblazoned with the Clan Kabari insignia. He says that in the car, before you leave in the air car I have stashed, I've got a pack of camping gear, climbing gear, and some hiking gear, all with, you'll have to distribute it between yourselves. So basically it's like 5 days water, 5 days of food, water purifier, portable shelter, some rope, that sort of thing.
I thought this was a fight.
He says, a 5 kilometer radius doesn't sound long.
That's a lot of territory.
Because it's just 31 and a half. It's a 31 and a half kilometer area. This is not something you may accomplish in a day. And
We have a lot of ground to cover. I'm the slow. I might slow you guys down.
How much do you weigh?
He's actually probably the heaviest one, except for Fish Noddle.
Yeah, we're slow. We go fastest when we roll downhill. Not much. I
think it's 3.
It's 3.
And 3 kilometers in an hour.
I can roll downhill very fast.
And he says, I also have.
I just can't stop.
He says, in the air car, I have a selection of archaic and melee weapons. Each one of you should pick one. So basically, it's like a quarterstaff or a sword, a club, a boomerang, a crossbow, a bow and arrow. He said, as I said, any weapon is allowed, but traditional weapons are favored. He says, and also, Yazarians of Clan Invia, they're very competent warriors, but that's not the least of your troubles. Lake Degolo is in a part of the Falov forest that is far off the beaten track. It is seldom hunted. It almost never camped. This is a preserve.
It's wild.
So yes, there are some local animals that could prove dangerous. But he says, I took the liberty to investigate your unit, and Harlan, it seems, has had some training in wilderness survival.
I actually don't have any ranks in survival.
Oh, didn't you? Who took wilderness survival? I thought one of you did.
I took
Oh,
scout.
Thorga.
I took
Scout.
scout, but it was the athletics that I took.
Well, you were in that program. You were in the scout program. So
I slept that day.
okay. All right. So he says we can pick up your friend. I'll take my air car to where the transport is. We can set out immediately. It will take about 8 hours for me to fly to this location. You are all welcome to sleep during that time. I will have plenty of time to rest and wait after I drop your team off. Do you wish for your payment deposit now?
Yeah.
Actually, how much are belt packs? Because I have the shot gloves. I just don't have anything to power them.
Oh, we'll have to look that up. Hold on.
You mean the belt clip?
Yeah.
I didn't write it down. I mean, I bought one myself, but I didn't write it down. If you get your money now, you can buy one. I'm pretty sure.
I thought they were pretty expensive.
Power belt pack is 250 credits, and that'll give you 50 SUEs of power.
But apparently that's the only thing that'll power shot gloves.
Yes, I have the same.
He says that if you wish to forego your payment, he can supply the belt packs. Like he wouldn't give you the 250, but he would make sure he would call ahead and make sure one of his assistants has that ammo in the transport waiting for you when you arrive. So you wouldn't have to personally shop for it.
But that's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Do you want the same deal, Larmo?
We'll get the 500 if we win, right?
Yes.
I already have one. I don't know if
Okay.
I'm going to need another one.
Okay, that's fine. He asks for each of your ID cards. He goes into his phone and he kind of deposits the money, the 250 credits into your account.
Okay.
It looks like your friend's out of the shower.
There's a lot more of him to shower.
Hey, if you could, Matt, fix your name to oh God. If you could fix your name like everybody else has so you're on the same format.
Sure.
And while you were in the shower, waxing your carapace, you've gotten like 4 calls from the guys, like marked urgent. So they've been blowing up your phone for like the last 2 hours. So first fix your name, and then I'll let you guys replay that phone call, and you fill them in on everything that's happened.
Well, I'll let one of you do it. I'm busy talking to my clan brother.
Hello?
Hey.
Hi, Matt.
Hey.
I'm waiting for your name to show up.
Joe.
Oh, yeah. Joe.
Joe.
Hey, Joe. Want to make some money?
I'm always up for making some money.
All right. Then get to Torga's house.
Torga's house. You got that address?
You know where it is. You guys hang out all the time.
Okay.
You hear, just give me their address and we can pick them up. It's best we leave as soon as possible.
Oh. Hey,
Get your
never
stuff
mind.
ready.
Just stay where you are. We're going to pick you up.
Okay.
It's a matter you fix it. Don't fix your antenna. Fix your name and put Matt after.
Oh my God, you guys are driving me nuts. Okay.
Feelings mutual.
All right. Second here. All right. So, are we in a skimmer, or what are we taking?
Just go outside and they'll explain. They'll be
All right.
they'll be out front of your house in about 5 minutes.
All right. So I'm out there. Should I come equipped or non equipped or what? I don't know. I keep messing with my antenna. See if I can get some reception to them.
Okay, you come out and you see a stylish, slightly oversized air car land in front of your house, and
Nice.
the door open, and you see your friends in the back, and they're like, "Come on."
Limo? Nice. Bachelor party? Let's do it. It's okay.
So you get in, and you see it's piloted by an older Yazarian with a clan insignia that you've seen before on your friend Torga.
Okay.
And he says, "This is your companion?"
Yes, this is Joe.
He says, "Greetings. You've already agreed. Your friends will fill you in on the details. I've got some piloting to do, so with your, I apologize, but I'm going to get back to it." And he immediately takes off and starts heading for the main spaceport airport of Gaia Station, which is the city you're in.
So we're going to be on a 5-day combat maneuver trip using archaic weapons to beat up people like Torga, but they're not Torga's people.
No.
Using archaic weapons?
Yep. Do you want a club, a quarterstaff, a sword, a crossbow, or a bow?
Bow.
Well, remember, any weapon is acceptable
Any weapon?
that you possess.
Okay. So my needler's going to work then?
Needle or work fine.
Okay.
We're
Yeah,
not supposed to kill him.
We're not supposed to kill anybody. It's supposed to be a very
Needlers tend
involved
not to
match.
kill.
A very
Yeah.
involved match of rugby.
Coolness.
Wait, I thought we had to steal back his wife.
Yeah.
That too. Yes.
It's kind of
there's
capture the flag with his wife as the flag. It's
Do we have to carry her back?
no. Once you reach her and free her, it's over.
Ah.
There's a lot of rules here.
Torga actually, if you guys do reach her, the other side's supposed to like throw a feast for you.
I'll let them know that. That something you look
usually
forward
doesn't
to.
happen if someone dies.
Woohoo! Taco Joe's.
If someone
Not very
dies,
good.
then it's usually not considered an honorable match, and there's often bad blood. But if everything goes smoothly according to the traditions, this is supposed to be a way to avoid a blood oath between clans. They call it a bloodless battle.
You know what we're doing here, Fish, right?
In a general sense, yes.
You got all these rules.
Oh, I do.
How did we get
Torga's
this
got the
job?
rules. I just pick up the pieces.
How did we
All
get
right.
picked for this job?
Torga.
There's-
It was Torga's clansman,
He's
Got in
my
touch with
clan
him.
brother.
and
has a problem.
we're part of his team, so we go where he goes.
And here's a spiffy keen bandolier with stuff on it.
Oh yeah, they actually have some equipment for you.
Okay.
A dose of Biocord, 2 doses of Stay Dose, a vibro knife with a 20 SUE clip, a camouflage military skin suit, a helmet, a bandolier, and you're promised some camping, hiking gear, and climbing gear, and 1 archaic weapon from his locker. There is a bow with 12 arrows.
If I got my needler, I'm fine.
Okay, so you don't want the bow.
I mean, are we encouraged to use the weapons?
Just if you're gonna shoot him in the leg.
Yeah, you're not supposed to kill people.
Needlers don't kill; they put them to sleep.
Oh, that's
It's
fine.
actually
Then.
a really good weapon for this.
That's actually perfectly fine.
I mean, they might kill if you're incredibly weak, but yeah. But other than that, yeah.
So we can assume that we have our normal stuff with us then.
Right.
'Cause I definitely want my gyrojet pistol if we're going out to where there might be animals.
Okay. So yes, there. He did say that this is. You're basically going to a protected national park, really deep in. The arena area is a 5-kilometer radius of a lake in the middle of the wilderness. So you have like 31.5 kilometers of search area.
Is this a Star Frontiers version of paintball? I'm taking it.
More like paintball if it was with rubber bullets, not paintballs.
And
Gotcha.
That
Yeah.
you literally could get killed.
Gotcha.
It's not supposed to happen, but it can. But you're also doing it in one of those national parks where people are often killed by buffalo
Got it. Okay.
and the occasional grizzly bear.
Think
So
of Yellowstone. We're in
Yeah.
Yellowstone.
you're basically going into Yellowstone playing capture the flag with this guy's wife with rubber bullets.
And Yellowstone is a pretty big place, so think of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But you get 250 credits for just going and a 500 credit bonus if you manage to reach his wife.
If no one else minds, I'll take the club. I'm not sure I'll use it, but I'll take it.
All right, so you land an hour later, like 45 minutes later, the air car lands next to a much larger air transport. So basically, you're going from a stretch limo to a tour bus. He has some humans there from his staff. He signs some stuff. They usher you guys in. They help carry your luggage if you wish. One is there with his daughter. He bids her farewell. She's she's way young. She's probably too young to understand what's going on. But she does say some words in Yazarian to him. Those who understand Yazarian, she's like, "Are you going to pick up mommy?" And he goes, "Yes, I'm going with these people. They're going to help me bring back mommy, and we're going to say hello to your uncle. They're going to say hello to your uncle very much." And he brings you over and he says, "This is Torga. He's a clan brother of mine. You can call him Uncle." He goes, "If you'll allow that, Torga."
Absolutely, of course, and I'll greet her with any standard greetings that we.
She actually looks. She is a biracial Yazarian. So she is not as dark as you or he, but not the sandy type. She's like almost like a chocolate colored, and she's really tall and lanky for a Yazarian, but she's tall and lanky for a Yazarian in the Kabari clan. You have never seen in person an Invia Yazarian. And I'm going to thank the creator of the Yazarian Clan article from Frontier Explorer, which I heavily based all of this on. So I'll find his name and I'll put it in the show notes.
That is a great article. Yeah.
That's a great article.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to plug Frontier Explorer as a official sponsor, but they didn't get my email back yet. So
That's okay. I've been digging through their stuff. I love it. It's really good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so you land at the airport. You come into the air transport, which again is almost like a tour bus. He's got bunks set up and like a weapons locker. So you do find that, club. You find the war boomerang and the bow and whatever else. These are all like poly composite ceramic kind of like these are archaic weapons, but they're made of very high tech materials.
Okay.
And he basically says, "Why don't?" Oh, and one of the humans that are there actually hands each one of you a bento box of like a really 3 double layer bento box of food.
What's in it?
It's basically, you open it and the smell is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's beautiful to look at. The smell is intoxicating, and it's a mix of regional delicacies, which is kind of a fusion between Rusk and human cuisine. And you realize, the wife works at a 5-star. She's they have actually, she's got a restaurant staff. So he basically ordered some meals from her restaurant for you guys before you fly out. He goes, if you're not hungry now, it's an 8-hour flight, so you may be hungry during the time.
Eat it while it's hot.
So I'm going to reach out with one of my arms, and the fingers wrap around it, and you see the food absorbed into my body.
Okay.
And slowly being digested on the train.
It's like watching Silly Putty eat.
Okay.
Clear Silly Putty.
He kisses his daughter goodbye, and he takes the pilot seat. You notice in the back cab there is there's a medical robot. It's anthropomorphic as of Rusk, so it's a local height, but Fish Noddle, you see that this is top of the line. He got like a very new medical robot. So this is, these are the kind of things that are employed to do like disaster sites.
Right.
Like they're activated when there's a plane crash or some huge accident. When you need like an emergency doctor in a hostile area.
That's great. I go back and talk to the technician and go through its diagnostics to make sure that it's everything that it's cracked up to be.
There's not a technician, but you can do.
And I make sure that it works.
you go over it and make sure that it's in fine working order. And yeah, it appears to be. Roll that.
I got a 27 out of 40 because I figured you were going to ask.
Okay. This is actually assigned to like a SWAT unit. So you're not supposed to have this robot.
I don't.
You realize he must have some friends in some pretty important places to somebody lent him, a high-end medical robot.
You don't have to go into that. His wife makes fantastic food. Food will get you more in life than anything else.
Okay, so the air transport takes off, and you have a 8-hour trip to talk amongst yourselves or plan. He says that he'll sound an alarm, not like oh my God, we're crashing, but an alarm 1 hour out to let you know that we're approaching the drop zone. So if you guys wanted to get like 6 hours sleep, like eat for an hour and then sleep for 6, you totally could do that. And there's even a mini shower and a lavatory, and there's even a surgical bay in the back for where the combat robot is.
I'm a farm boy. I ate in 15 minutes.
Right. All right, so you have 8 hours in the back of an air transport. Do any of you want to do anything?
Sleep.
Pray.
I'm Googling up the restaurant site and seeing about places that we can open up like a food truck to spread the word of this restaurant.
Okay, here's the thing. There's no internet in Star Frontiers.
I thought there was on Cersei, though.
The internet doesn't exist in Star Frontiers. So you can look it up basically on your phone, like the Grubhub version of it, and get the menu, but you can't do like big research on a mobile device.
But I thought Cersei. Are we on Cersei? I thought Cersei was like famous for its having a personal internet or like an internet.
That's not canon because it's not in any of the books. I'm creating. We're creating our Cersei.
Okay, so all right, got it.
Like some of the stuff in that article on that I think I'm assuming you did the same search I did for Solar.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff I'm not going to use. Some of it I may, some of it I may not. But we're canon for this game.
Or the 1980s version.
Right. We're going to try and keep as much of the 1980s vibe of this game. And the funny part is that our internet is now better than, our computer technology is better than it was in Star Frontiers.
Oh, yeah. They were
like Star Trek, we've outpaced Star Frontiers completely when it came to, computer technology. Okay, so it sounds like you guys don't have a lot to ask or discuss.
I'm preparing for battle in typical Yazarian way by sharpening.
We just got to go knock down stuff.
Getting ready.
I would discuss some battle strategies. I mean, we're in a forested area with a lot of, very tall trees and stuff like that.
Everyone roll your, let me see what you might know about this area.
So what
Hold on, I'm going to figure out what you're rolling.
Stick my head out the window, I can get a good idea.
Well, at this point, you're over the ocean.
Okay.
Okay. What's going on over here?
What are we rolling?
Your intelligence, INT. Actually, hold on. It's your intuition. Roll logic, LOG.
Everybody?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Made it.
Did not. I'm sleeping.
Yes.
Okay. The Falov Forest is known for being a dual forest. It actually has two canopies. The first is about 100 meters off the ground, and that consists of the obolongi trees. These are massive trunk trees that spread out wide, semi-reflective leaves that completely block out the sun. So the Falov Forest is known for being quite dark and very quiet with very little wind. And its deep reaches can be very unnerving for many people, very claustrophobic. The second canopy is about 20 to 30 meters above the forest floor. And that is composed of several varieties of enormous mushrooms and fungi that grow from the forest floor and parasitically from branching out from the branches of the obolongi trees. So landing here, you will be in a forest under a forest.
Gotcha.
In the dark.
Even in the daytime, it's going to be dark.
And Thorger, you're like, I won't have to wear my visor.
That's why they picked this place.
That's why they picked this place. And with 100 meters,
my flashlight.
With 100 meter tall trees and a dual canopy, you realize this is perfect terrain for Yazarian fighting.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Yeah, the Yazarian, could scout ahead and do some gliding and stuff around with the climbing up to the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Lanterns and flashlights in the camping gear.
Yeah, keep an eye
there's a flashlight. Each one of you can get a flashlight.
Don't eat mushrooms, Plato.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Joe. Have you been getting a lot of phone calls lately?
Have I?
I think that you've noticed about a 80% increase in telemarketing calls on your Chronocrom over the last 48 hours. Most of them, uh, you know, sexual in nature, like dating sites.
Yeah, have you been swiping right again?
Remember when you said something about brain cells and don't make fun of the don't talk about the Dralocyte that way? And I was at my computer.
He's a
Just
one-celled
saying.
organism. That's okay, Plato. We're good.
Okay.
Nice.
So
I'll make it stop.
We're good. Thank you. I got a couple good dates on that, actually. We're all right.
Yeah, but they didn't.
This is funnier than I thought it would be.
okay. Give me 1 second. The Klaxion goes off.
Uh-oh.
And a view screen pops up from the cockpit, so you guys can talk to him without coming forward. The cockpit, only one of you would be able to speak to him. You realize that this is probably like a modified dropship. And he says, I'm going to circle the area and look for possible landing sites outside of the radius. If I violate the no-fly zone, we automatically forfeit. Oh, and he says, if you don't rescue her in the 5 days, after that period, they'll leave, and I'll never see her again.
Well, that's
I don't
push.
like this game. This game sucks. This game's got harsh rules.
He says most Yazarian games have very harsh rules. This is actually a rather mild one.
Damn.
You should see our Christmases. It's terrible.
All right, gentlemen, I am going to be sharing the area map of your area of operation.
It's coming in an email.
Ta-da!
Oh, okay.
Hot
Okay,
dog.
so the X's surrounding this is, hold on. That is the lake. It's a massive lake. As you're flying over the forest, you can kind of like look down, and it's nothing but those red reflective, that kind of vibe.
Okay.
But there's a massive hole in that canopy showing this lake. Now, he says, I've got to set you down somewhere within the perimeter of, these X's.
Within or outside of?
Outside of.
Okay.
I can't violate that area.
Right.
And as he does a pass over the area, hold on a second. I'm going to email all of you that map right now.
Okay.
Are the letters landing zones?
I will. Yeah, I'm going to tell you exactly what they all are in a minute.
Let me go get my tablet real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, you should all be getting that email now.
Excellent.
And I will tell you what those 3 letters indicate.
But they could be anywhere on this map, right?
Anywhere within that ring of X's.
I mean, the target could be. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But only within that ring of X's. That 5-kilometer radius of the
Okay.
lake.
Within it. We've got to start without it. Outside.
You have to. He can't land inside of it.
Gotcha.
He'll be disqualified.
Do I have any knowledge of Yazarian combat tactics or anything like that that would give us any advantage in determining where might be a good place to?
Every clan has slightly different battle tactics.
Okay.
And they keep those secret from each other because clans often fight one another.
Nobody sits in the audience and uses a microphone thing to see the playbook or hear.
No. So, do you all have the map handy?
Yep.
All right. So, where it says A in the northeastern quadrant, that is a massive dead tree that has fallen and smashed a hole in the canopy.
All right.
He tells you, I can set you down there. It's a little tricky. You'll have to rappel, and you'll have to lower your gear towards one another. I won't be able to land, but I can get you low enough. Basically, he'd be dropping you on the back of this massive. Think of a fallen redwood tree.
Okay.
Now, where it says B, and that is in the lower southeastern quadrant, that, strangely enough, appears to be a almost perfect rectangle of cut trees that have started to regrow. Not even the mushroom canopy has regrown. Well, the mushroom canopy won't regrow until the tall trees grow. The tall trees are sporadic here, so you can actually set down between them. And as he passes over it, he goes, well, that's odd, but it seems to be a pretty... that would probably be the easiest place to set you down, but I'll leave the choice up to you. And the last one... in the southwest, that is actually a tall plateau that is so rocky the forest has not been able to grow on its slopes. So that is flatter, and it has a low mushroom. It has a low. The trees don't grow here. It's almost like the trees growing up here are like scrubs. They're not. It's almost part. It's not like part of the forest. So this is like a tall plateau of stone. It would give you good command of that area, but you'd basically be on top of a 120-foot plateau, a risen rock. So you'd have to climb down.
So here's my thought on B. That's very accessible. The gentleman here says that's odd. And if we were to enter the perimeter from there, I wouldn't be surprised if they were there pretty close by waiting for us to go there.
Correct. I'm in favor of it.
Yeah, so while that's the easy choice, I don't know if it's the best one. Now, so which would be the more difficult to get down? Would it be down over the tree or over the plateau?
Probably over the plateau, but the thing is we want to avoid as much visibility as possible. So I'm thinking A will give us cover quickly instead of coming down a rock face getting shot.
Yeah, and they'll see us landing too. Just
out of curiosity, for the plateau, are you thinking like Devil's Tower, like Close Encounters of the Third Kind type of plateau?
I'm thinking more of like Ayers Rock.
Ayers Rock, okay. Yeah, they'd see us coming a mile away.
And they fly.
Okay.
Only
he
4
says-
flies.
He says that what you're seeing is infrared. He goes, it's actually night outside, and I can fly very low and set the engines for half power mode to do this quietly.
So I'm thinking where the tree crashed.
I cannot guarantee you will be undetected, but I can do this as stealthily as possible. That's why time was such an issue. I wanted to land you before dawn.
What, climbing down in the dark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, we've done this.
hopefully I don't land on.
Defense force, man.
Hopefully I don't
you're gonna
land on
break any-
anybody. If I
It's
fall.
not like you're going to break any bones, you know.
Yeah, I got nothing to break, but I could
Yeah.
break someone else's by falling on them.
You go first.
That's why you go first.
Okay, so which of the 3 landing zones are you? Well, I'm gonna put it back up for the players at home. For the
I think we're going with A. I think that's the consensus.
the fallen tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that's not a blatant trap.
Mhm.
You're
I'm just
assuming
gonna
one of them
sign.
isn't a blatant trap.
They're all blatant traps.
Unless this is the trap.
Okay.
Totally a trap.
You'll also notice that A is 1, 2, 3, 4 kilometers away from the perimeter.
They're not allowed to engage until we cross the perimeter.
Right.
correct?
They're not allowed to engage until you cross the perimeter. The
But if
game
we're
doesn't
further-
start until you guys cross that kilometer.
The thing is, if they know we land, can they? Let me ask the gentleman: are they going to see us when we land? Even though if we're outside the perimeter, can they watch us outside the perimeter? Can they see us coming in?
He says, I'm doing this at night, and I'm putting the engines on whisper mode. I will come low and from an odd direction, so hopefully that will mask things, but I can't guarantee.
Let's just land in the clearing. We got to fight them anyway.
Got point.
So Torga, he asks you to come to the cockpit.
I do. Yes.
Okay, as he's starting his very long maneuver to come at this from an odd angle, so to better your chances, he hands you something the size of like a pen light, and he says, "My wife is the smarter of the two of us. She always thought her brother might pull something like this, so she insisted when our first child, when she was pregnant with our daughter, to have a radio tracker installed."
Ooh,
Now, I don't know if they were clever enough to scan her for it. I don't know if it's still active, but this is set to automatically detect her presence if you can get within 5 kilometers. Now, when it does go off, it will give you direction and distance,
excellent. Okay.
but it will also activate her signal.
Oh,
If they're not careful, if they're observant, they'll pick up that signal. It'll be a very clear signal and strong. So there's a good chance at that point they'll know you're within 5 kilometers of her. Now, they may not notice the signal, but they may.
all right.
There's also a chance they've already noticed the tracker and have planted it in an area where leading you into an ambush.
In a bison's butt or something.
He goes, it is possible. I don't know. From what I remember of her brother, he is more brawn than brains. They may not be scanning for it. He may not have noticed it. I'm hoping he hasn't. But I'm giving you this information, and I'm giving you this tracker. You make the call.
Thank you. Okay. Now, is there an on-off switch on it? Can I turn it on and turn it
No,
off?
it'll be automatic. It will automatically go off.
Okay.
And unless they shut it down, it will stay on
Okay.
and
So-
count down the closer you get to her.
All right, passive.
But you've got to be within 5 kilometers.
Excellent. Thank you. I'll put it in my tunic safely, locked in.
How long before dawn are we landing?
He says, I can get you there an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours before the sun comes up.
So if
And
we
he goes,
do
but
go
keep
to
in mind, the sun coming up won't matter much. He says, once you're back under the canopy, it will be twilight at best.
Is the canopy extend all the way to the landing site?
That landing site is basically that little. It's like 1 square kilometer of this fallen tree clearing.
Okay, so if
So
we
he's
go
basically
to A,
covering. Oh, I thought it was decided that he was going to A because he was already.
I thought Harlan was saying something about we're going to fight him anyway. Let's just go to the clearing. So are we going?
We gotta find
So
them.
what do you, so
If they ambush us,
Technically,
then we'll
you
get
don't
some
have
of
to
them.
fight them. If you can reach his wife without being detected and free her, you don't have to fight any of them.
Where's the fun in
You can
that?
solve. There are some clans that are masters of stealth.
I'm not going to use my outside knowledge of what I know about Oscar to influence what my character would think.
Oh, you can. You can.
Okay. Oscar always leaves an option where you could possibly complete the mission without ever getting into combat.
It's the Call of Cthulhu.
I've been through
Giant.
many of those.
Yeah,
Harlan
but you've
would know
never
that.
played Star Frontiers with me before.
I've never played Star Frontiers at all ever.
Right.
But I do know that there's sometimes there's a way to do it. That's all I'm saying.
And I also know that you guys probably don't have the skill set to do this as ninjas, since I'm pretty sure none of you took stealth.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
So look, if it's only a kilometer until we can get into the canopy, we can get.
But again, you don't know where their camp is in this vast circle. I do.
That's besides the point because we don't know where they are at all. But if we go to the landing site with the fallen tree,
Mm-hmm.
we can get in. We can get there. Get down on the ground. Have this guy get out of here before the sun starts to come up, and be well on our way into the cover before the sun comes up. Even though it's a longer distance.
Right. Oh, and he tells you, well, yeah. He says where I don't think that I can kind of land here if you want. It won't be, but do you want me to land at either of the other 2 clearings for my for medical? I won't be able to fly in and pick you up, but if you brought anyone wounded to me, I can treat them here. Like he can land you at A and then take station at B. And that would be your MASH center.
Do we have communications with him? Like to be able to talk over there, or that's important?
One of the parts of camping gear he gives you is a radio phone to keep in touch with him.
Okay.
I have a of all of us. I mean, we're in the civil defense unit. Do we have ranks here? Because who would be?
No, you don't have a leader.
So we don't really have a leader. Okay.
You do have a leader. He just doesn't hang out with you guys.
Okay.
It's like there is a sergeant in charge of all of you, and there's a lieutenant in charge of him, but he's none of you guys.
Yeah, we're all lowly privates.
Right, right.
Look, I have my opinions on A. I think A is the best shot. I'm willing to hear other opinions. Harlan has another opinion. That's fine too. What do the other 3 of you think?
The problem is any point that we go on this map, if what we're going for is the opposite side, we're going to be lucky if we get there in the end of 5 days, going through the forest. It's rugged terrain. It's wild terrain. I'm rolling around like.
You make legs. Yeah. You don't roll.
I can roll.
You don't want to be rolling around through the forest.
My concern is that we have a lot of ground to cover, and I'm gonna be the slowest guy, one of the group.
Wherever
So-
you are, you can detect. You can see a 3-kilometer radius.
So we can
Probably
see 3 hexes around us.
in this terrain, I'm going to lower that to 2
I
because
was going to
it's.
say, yeah.
But yeah, so if you get within 5 of where she is, if the tracker, and again, they don't know about the tracker. He only told you, Thorga. If you get within 5, that'll go off to let you know you're within 5. But you'll be able to see 2 hexes around your location. So if there's like a downed helicopter or a large dead animal covered with like vultures or something notable, if you get within 2 hexes of it, you'll see it. Like if there's a large building built, something notable.
Okay.
I wouldn't advise you to split up.
No.
Like, don't split up to cover more ground.
No.
All right,
All right, so
If you're that slow, then
let's
we
pick
should
one.
be close.
The
close
closest
is
one.
relative. You don't know where the camp is.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
just
I mean,
meant-
it's closest to the perimeter. I mean, we can land at A, and they could be on the other side of the lake, or we could land at C, and they could be on the other side of the lake. We don't know where they are at all, so it's just rolling the dice here.
which
I
is
vote A.
why
And
I
it's a
say
difference-
let's
it's
go to
a
the
difference-
obvious ambush spot.
If it's a difference between like 1.5 kilometers and 4 kilometers from the perimeter, if we're going in the cover of pre-dawn, it doesn't matter.
I don't care.
All right, so are we landing at A?
Thorga, it's your decision then. As
Yeah, this is your clan. I think we should look at you for the final choice.
the,
I
the
think
title
A or
of
B.
leader would be, he'd be war chief for this party.
I'm voting A or B. A, I don't think they think we're going to land there. They probably would think we're going to land at B, but realistically, what Harlan says is correct. We're going to have to fight them anyways at some point. If they're waiting for us, they're
So you
waiting
like
for
A
us.
because it's the least ideal landing zone.
Yeah. That's my logic.
So is that your choice?
Do you want
My
to phone a
choice.
friend? Is that your final answer? Can we shit or get off the pot?
I vote A just because.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go for it.
You land on the. He hovers above a massive dead tree in the middle of this forest. You rappel down. He puts it in auto hover and then comes to the winch and lowers your supplies, which is 3 2-man tents, 5 days food and water, salt pills, the flashlights, some extra blankets, the radio phone to keep in touch with him.
Night vision goggles.
No. No.
I was thinking of that, but I knew he wasn't going to go for it.
No, you guys are the Star Frontier's equivalent of first level. You don't get magic items at first level. You want that? Take your 500 credits from this adventure and go buy yourself some infrared. Or take them off your
All right,
opposition.
but
We're going to depend on Thorga's keen sense of vision.
But the
Okay,
flash-
that's what we're going to be depending on.
but the flashlights are military grade,
Yes.
so we can
Mhm.
use like red and green and blue filters.
Are they actually the little filters you
Okay.
unscrew the cap and you slide it in?
So he asks you, where do you
1980s
where do
Star
you want me to
Frontiers, I
set
believe
down
so.
to rate as medical 1?
We can't
Mhm.
hang out here, so I mean
Did
we're
he-
far from wherever he was going to be.
All right, I'll
Hey,
land it.
go
I'll
to the
land
clear
it and I'll
clearing.
wait there.
Yeah, I like that.
He says, "Good
Yeah.
luck." And after he drops all of your gear, he pulls away. All the lights are off. So pretty much as soon as he pulls like maybe 20 meters above you, he's gone into the night, and you barely hear him because it's in whisper mode. And he kind of circles around, heading Heck, he actually heads due east. Like he's going to spin around and do a very long arc. And you guys are now on your own. Yes.
Hey, Oscar. I take a good whiff of the air tonight. And do I smell any other flying monkey squirrels besides Torga?
No, I think that you'd have to be. I mean, there's so many scents in this forest. I think your race does have like bloodhound scent. Almost.
Yeah, I have a very developed sense of smell. That's what it says.
Right now, it is overpowering. There are so many different scents. But no, from where you are, you do not detect any kind of scent of Yazar. Well, you do have a lot of Yazarian scent in your nose because you've been hanging out with 2 Yazarians for hours.
Right. But I'm going to acclimatize myself to this area and the smells so that I can pick up on Yazarian smells that are not Torga.
There's a lot of sense of natural rot, of mold spores, fungal spores.
I got 5 days. I'm acclimatizing myself.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna flash through here. So we're gonna say that you guys are here. If you set a pace of your slowest, which would be 3 hexes an hour, where do you guys want to go?
Sorry, where are we? Where did you point? I missed that.
Right here at A.
We're at area. Okay. Are we going a beeline for the perimeter?
So, like there at the end of the first hour?
Targa's the only one with.
Yeah. All right. Now I see your
right?
pointer. I didn't see your pointer before.
Yeah, now we can see it. Yeah.
All right. So, hold on. Give me. So, that'd be 1, 2, 3 at the end of the first hour?
I don't see your arrow.
Yeah.
There it is.
You see it now?
I do not see it.
It's the cursor.
Yeah. That we don't
I
see.
don't see a cursor.
Yeah, there's no cursor.
Hold on.
There it
Now
is.
I see it. Oh,
Yeah, now we see it.
It keeps disappearing.
Yeah, I'm kind of. It's like trying to work. It's trying to read in a mirror. It's a little weird.
I think you have to click on the screen.
okay.
All right, so beeline to the X.
Okay,
Yeah.
so at the end of the first hour, that's where you want to be. It's night.
Apparently
The
we'll
first
go with
hour passes as you're acclimatizing yourself to the terrain. Again, very little wind, very little light. The ground is. What's funny is being in such a thick forest, you would expect to be kind of stepping over trees and around trees, but the canopy is so far above you. The large trees have just kind of like dominated the area. So it's almost like you'll see a pillar and then there won't be another tree trunk for like 30 meters in every direction before you see another one of these giant pillars. And everything will just be like loam, like lush, like crunchy soil. And above that, between these, you are stepping around in between these like smaller mushroom trees that go, 20 to 30 meters above your head. So you're underneath like a mushroom canopy, a sporadic mushroom canopy with some of the mushrooms growing out of the sides of these trunks like toadstools.
Mm-hmm.
But then above you, there's this massive, canopy 60 meters above that.
While we're out here outside in the perimeter, should we use our flashlights or actually use the red filters in the flashlights so we can get acclimated to the dark? Because we're going to need that.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys are kind of freaking out because it's the first time you've seen Thorga without his visor on for this long. So you almost never get to see his, big black eyes. All right, so the first hour goes fine. You're here. Where do you? You're here.
There you go.
So by the end of the second hour, is this where you're hoping to be? Like just beeline in?
Sure.
And you said our line of sight is 2 hexes out from
Right.
in here? Or is it just the adjacent?
No, if you're here, you can see up, 2 hexes, and if this is you, you can see anything odd in this entire area.
So since we've got a double canopy, should target be at the second canopy?
He'd be basically 60 feet above you on, kind of moving on the tops, between the tops of these trees, which would be gliding to one, climbing up, gliding to the other, climbing up. He definitely outpace you, and you would not see him. He wouldn't even. It would be like he wouldn't even be with you. That's how far away, because of the darkness of it.
So, Torga, you're going to know these guys better than any of us. If you were them, what would you be thinking?
That's exactly what I was wondering. But I guess different clans have different combat techniques. It's very secretive. But on the same hand, I would assume they're doing the same thing. They're probably not leaving footprints. They're probably up in the trees as well. So tracking them is going to be a little difficult.
Okay, so it is now. You start to notice like a faint glow, almost like a lifting of some of the darkness.
Kill the flashlight.
And you realize the sun is now above you, and there's a almost like the whole upper canopy is now glowing orange, so it's filtering some of that light down into the mushroom canopy and the ground below where you guys are. So you're not as blind, but it's still dark. It's still like twilight, and this is the brightest it's going to get in this forest. So while you are here, you've been marching for 2 hours and have not encountered anything, and I'm going to switch for a moment. I need everyone to roll an intuition.
Oh, okay, I did make it.
I rolled an alt 1.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so somebody rolled an alt 1.
I
Yeah.
made it barely.
I don't know if you can see it on my phone, but oh well.
Okay. It's gonna be an honor system. So as you are walking around, you notice ahead of you, you see a large like chitinous plates with bits of like large spines. It appears to be almost the bones of some kind of a large insect creature. Almost as if some kind of large insect died here, and all of the flesh has been eaten out of it, and it's just bits of shell and spine left over.
Mom?
But there's like a layer of spores over it, as if it's been out here for a while.
All right.
Poke it with my staff.
Okay. Roll an INT as you do so.
How large?
Large. Large as in give me a second. It would be giant class. So we're talking maybe 80 meters.
I was gonna say at least 100 feet long, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was a massive creature at one point, but it appears to be dead. So did we lose Thorga?
He went for a minute.
Be right back.
He can hear us.
Okay. All right, so I would like. I'm just going to do this. I wish there was a luck roll for Star Frontiers, but there's not. So I'm just going to roll randomly.
That's luck.
Yeah.
By the way, I made that roll.
On which one was that?
You asked me to roll my intuition.
Okay. That was just to see if you detected the corpse of this creature.
I was poking it with my staff. I would.
Oh, when you plug in with your staff. You find one of these chitinous plates has a hole punched in it.
Ooh, does it look like modern weapon damage or something different?
It's an old corpse. You don't know what this creature is supposed to look like to begin with, so it's hard to tell. It does not look like a gunshot. It looks like something large slammed its way through.
So this isn't a recognizable creature that we would know anything about from this planet.
Roll your logic, and we'll see if you remember anything about this rare creature from the deep.
I rolled a
I actually
93.
made it.
One of the largest herbivores on Cersei is a creature called a frilled spineworm. They're deep forest herbivores. They look like massive inchworms, but along their heads and on their the two upward parts of their back, they do have long defensive spines that are poisonous.
So, and as a farm boy, would I know what eats them?
Lots of things try and eat them, but they're usually only predated upon when they're small. This looks like it was a small frilled spineworm.
This was a small one?
This was it's not. This one's not 100 meters. It's half the size of what an adult would be. So at this point, give me 1 second. Okay, so this is what happens. As you guys are paused around this corpse, looking at it, trying to make sense of it, there's sudden movement from the canopy above you.
Oh boy.
And now I have to roll. Actually, everyone roll a 10, and I want the highest and the lowest roll.
6.
9.
7.
6.
5.
So 5
and 9.
and 5 and 9. You are suddenly impacted with a spiked tendril that drops from a bluish from the bottom of a bluish toadstool above you. It literally, like 10 meters, 15 meters above you, this thing just opens up like a little, orifice, and a heavy weighted dart connected by a tendril kind of falls down and hits each one of you in fish noddle, your shoulder, and Joe, the rear of your carapace.
Think noddle.
Think noddle. Joe, you were injured. You were hit for 3 points. Think noddle, you were hit for 2 points. So it's not a serious wound.
Yeah.
But you can see on the tendril, there's thick globs of some kind of a fluid, like following the tendril down. None of this fluid has reached the tip of the spiked tip of the tendril, or your now open wound.
Can I roll logic?
Yes.
Or initiative?
Well, you have initiative now.
So I made my logic, and I'm guessing that's venom.
Yes, that is quite possibly some form of venom.
Well, I'm going to use the first charge on my vibro knife to cut the tendril.
Okay. We're all going to go in order. So Harlan, we're just going to go around the way you appear on the screen. Harlan, what do you do see? I mean, you have to put on. You can see the massive toadstool above them, where these two, and it's two different ones.
How high up is it?
15. The range is 15 meters.
Okay. I pull my gyrojet and fire at the one that's going after my buddy fish.
What's the rate on that? How many times can you fire?
It's got a rate of fire of 3, but I don't know. Is there a penalty for using the whole rate of fire, or is you just fire?
Okay, let's look up the all of the rules because you guys will need every advantage. If you, all right, it is a stationary target because it's a toadstool. Everyone gets plus 10 to hit these things. If you fire once, it's considered careful aim, and you can get a plus 15 to that attack.
I'm gonna need that.
Okay, so at this point, you can fire once, and it would be plus
25.
25.
All right, and
As
then
long as you are, what I think you're in still point blank range. Yeah.
gyrojet's always at least short range.
Okay.
So is that a minus 10?
Yeah, minus 10.
48 then. I made it by 21.
Give me your damage.
It is 3d10. No, 2d10. That is 11.
Good hit. Fish Noddle. We're gonna say that was your friend, your childhood friend, Fish Noddles.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to shoot at.
Okay.
Think Noddle.
Think Noddle. Sorry.
Fish.
It's Pink Noddle Fish. Fish is the last part.
I'll get it eventually. I got a lot to keep track of here, guys.
I only got 20 years
I've known him
left
for
on this
years.
world.
I just say fish.
Okay. You were trying to hack at the tendril with your vibra knife.
Correct.
Give me an attack roll.
20 out of 30.
Give me damage.
What does the vibro knife do?
1d10 per SCU, I think.
2d10.
No. That's hold on.
So it's 2d10. And it
Yeah.
uses one charge.
Okay, I did 9.
Does punching score add to melee damage?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so you basically dig the vibra knife and it starts cutting, and you realize this tendril is just really, really thick and sharp, and it's almost like cutting wire. You are digging through it, but 9 points is not enough to sever it.
I am motivated to continue.
Joe, what do you do?
I will shoot at it with a needler just to see if it'll do anything against it.
Do you wish to use your full attack and fire 3 times? And are these barbed or anesthetic?
I would have thought to make them anesthetic since we're on a non-lethal weapon mission.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you fire once, you will get a plus 15, and you get a plus 10 anyway because they're stationary. But if you can fire 3 times with plus 10 with your needler,
So I can fire 3 times plus 10. I will do that.
or you can fire once with plus 25. But you've just
I'll
seen
do
this thing take a gyrojet hit, and it's still not backing off.
Exactly. But it is a large target, right?
No, it's medium.
Okay, so 2d10. Nice. Okay. All right. I will take 3 shots then at plus 10.
Okay, go for it.
First shot makes it. Second shot misses. Third shot is, if it was called Cthulhu, it'd be a critical, but awesome.
So 2 hits, give me the damage.
Gotcha. So looks like 10 on the first damage and 7 on the second.
Okay, 2 good hits.
And then I don't think these things have to roll versus sleep since they're
Yeah,
mushroom.
they're toadstools.
Yeah,
They're actually called death shrooms.
nice.
Great.
Larmo.
I see the stuff dripping down, and my first instinct is to get the dart out of him. So if it does drip down, it doesn't get into him.
Okay,
So I want to rip. So I'm going to go to
which one?
Harlan and rip Harlan.
Well, Harlan's not hit.
Oh, who's hit?
Fish and Joe.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was Harlan and Fish. My mistake.
Did it get through our skin suits?
That was the half damage. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So you
I'm
were
gonna-
hit, and that your suit took that much damage. as
Okay.
well.
So I'm going to go to Joe, and I'm going to try to pull the dart out of him.
Okay, give me a standard strength check.
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt their barb.
I'm hurt is better than dead, and I made it.
Okay. You reach down, yank it out. You take Joe. You take 3 points of damage. Your suit takes 3 points of damage, but you are no longer tethered to this creature. Joel, Larmo, I need you to make a reaction speed check.
Both
I
of
made
us?
it.
Make it. No, just him.
I made it.
Okay. As you pull it off, you like yank it, viciously, and droplets of this venom, start spraying all around. You're hit with like little ones, but like the big globular ones that would have affected you miss. Like literally, you pulled it out, looked up, and you just see this shower of venom droplets, and you dive out of the way with Joe. Thorga.
Yes, I will take my spear and I'll towards Finknoddle, and I'll swing my spear and try to cut through the.
Very nice, very nice. Go.
That's a 37. I'm at 38 to hit. So that's just
Were
barely
you
hit.
keeping that was with the +10 of it being a?
Oh, a melee weapon.
No, it's +10 because it's not moving.
No, I haven't. No, so that's that. So
Yeah, everybody got a +10 because these are stationary.
Oh, sorry, definite
you
hit.
clear-
and, yeah,
Give me the damage for the spear.
it's 2d10. So that's 12.
Okay. You sever this tendril. It immediately retracts up, like almost like a rubber band, like a sprung rubber band. And Finknoddle, you feel like thank you. You feel the tension of it let go, and you kind of feel your center of gravity. You realize that when it hit you, it immediately started to retract. So you felt yourself being, pulled, and you're free of it. Just give me 1 second.
It's a mosquito. Sorry.
Wow.
Middle of winter.
You see,
Hardy.
okay, so now it's their round. All right, these things have a random number of tendrils. So, Finknoddle, yours had 2. So it's going to drop a second tendril at either Harlan, you, or Thorga. So I'm just going to roll a 6. 1. So Harlan will be attacked.
No!
But I
And
know
a
it.
miss.
But I know it's coming this time.
The tendril comes shooting, you see a second orifice open, and you're like, oh shit. The tendril just kind of comes slamming down, hits the dirt right next to you, and immediately starts slowly coiling back up. But you realize until this thing kind of resets that tendril, it can't attack.
Is there a chance to step on the tendril before it retracts?
If you make a reaction speed.
Made it by 1.
You can step on it, and we'll get to you next round.
That-
But that's your action. The second one has 3 tendrils. So you've pulled one out. That one starts to recoil. So it's only about halfway back up now. But 2 others come sailing down, one at each of you, Joe and Larmo. Okay. Joe's, yours misses. Larmo's, yours hits.
Ouch.
You are struck for a glancing blow. 1 point of damage. Your suit takes 1 point of damage.
So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at my character sheet. I'm like, where's the hit points?
Stamina.
Sorry.
STA.
Stamina.
Oh, okay. All right. So so I take 1 and the suit takes 1.
You take 1 and the suit takes 1, and it is the player's round. Harland.
Well, I'm standing on its tentacle. If it's not stronger than me, I'm gonna just unload this time.
Okay.
All 3 shots.
Go ahead.
So I think I'm flat because I'm
Right.
Short range is -10 or is it -5?
-10.
Okay, so yeah. First hits, second hits, third misses. Do I need to keep track of these separately?
Yeah, you
Shot?
keep track of your ammo.
No, I meant each shot damage.
No, just give me a total of damage.
Okay. 2 1s and a 2.
Oh boy.
Oi.
So 14.
All right, you're blowing holes in this massive toadstool, and you're surprised it still has any strength to try and pull its tendril back, but it's still active. Think Noddle.
I lift drag Harland away from it so that he's not directly under these things, and remind him that he can shoot it from the side.
So you just literally
But
scoop
it's
him up
right
and run
there.
with your
It
big
is right
car
there.
legs to get out from underneath this creature.
It's right there.
Okay.
I know where it is, and you can see it from here.
That's a very good strategy, actually. So I'm actually
What-
going to note that. I'm going to note. Actually, I'm going to do every session. You guys can earn one experience point just by doing something that really impresses me. So far, Joel, you've got your 1 with your heroic pulling the tentacle out, and think
Sorry,
Noddle.
Joe.
Think Noddle for your rare burst of logic in a Star Frontiers game to realize they're just dropping these things. If we just kind of move to either side, they probably can't hit us. They can only hit things in like a 5-meter radius under them. So you can easily just grab him, and now you both are immune to the attacks. And everyone has seen this, so they realize, oh,
The scientist has come out.
Well, that certainly changes my action.
Joe. Well, not you, because you're impaled. Unless you want to pull it out.
Oh yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Joe, you're up.
Joe?
Joe.
I don't know. I thought I was okay.
No, he pulled it out.
Yeah. All right.
It's players round again.
All right.
You were missed. He was hit.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah, we're moving out of the way as well. I mean, if we all move out of the way, then it really can't attack us. There's no need to waste ammunition against this thing.
Unless the one is impaled your friend and is going to start dripping venom on him next round.
Well, we'll cut that.
So you want to try and cut the tendril with the vibro knife? Or
Yeah.
what do you want to do?
Yeah, vibro knife is fine.
Okay, then you can't move out of the way.
Why?
Because you
need to save me first.
You can't move away from combat and assist your
do I
friend
really?
in combat.
Look at it this way. You can rip it out of me like I ripped it out of you.
I was gonna say
You
you're
can grab him
smooth.
and run and rip it as you're running away.
I'm gonna go with that option. I'm gonna go with
Okay,
that option.
that's going to take a strength check, and if you fail, it won't rip it out, and you'll both still be stuck here. And he'll
Oh.
still take damage because it's like
Which
a
I'm-
harpoon.
Which I'm the worst at. Okay. No, I failed my strength check.
You get to the limit of the tendril, and it just starts pulling your flesh, and you're like screaming. You take again 1 point because it only hit you for 1 point.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay.
Okay, what do you do?
I
He's like trying to pull you
I
away.
grab it
Don't
myself
worry.
and I can't get out of myself.
So you grab it and you just try and pull it out. Give me a strength check.
That's awesome.
All right, hang on my multiple devices here. Yes, I made it.
Okay, again, 1 more point of like the tug of war with this poison tendril, and you pull it out before the poison drips on you. So your suit's taken, I think, 3 points. You've taken 3 points, but you managed to scamper away from under this creature, and you guys can't be attacked by it. Thorga, you see the one very badly damaged one mildly damaged one. Everybody seems to have figured out that let's just move out from under them. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm going to move out from under it as
And
well.
not going to attack?
Is one still
No,
attached
no.
to anybody?
Everyone's free now.
Free.
Oh, then
Free.
I'll move out of it. I mean, I'll exclaim, these are natural creatures. I mean, we're going to kill every mushroom in the place.
So you just choose to withdraw
move out
from
of the
underneath the death shrooms.
Okay. So once we calm down for a second, it says carnivorous, fungus. What the fuck?
Actually, these are omnivorous. They actually are parasitic omnivores. They grow on the trees, on the trunks of these
That
trees.
part doesn't matter. They try
they-
to eat us.
They're kind of like pitcher plants. They'll take nutrients from their environment, but they'll also kill if they have the opportunity to supplement that diet. Not we had a question.
Well, no, I was just going to mention now I removed the barb safely without causing more damage.
Okay, you do so.
Because mine was severed. It wasn't pulled out.
Right, you still. You're going to need to make a medicine roll to remove it without damage. Meaning you're going to put anesthetic, open up the wound, forcip it out, stitch yourself up.
26 out of 40.
Okay, you remove it without further damage.
Coolness.
Sure, we don't
So
want to
you
blow it up.
fired. How many gyrojet rounds did you fire?
A lot.
4. And we've already established that it's a very quiet forest.
It was.
So
Okay.
I wonder where we are.
just listen.
Hold on.
Joe, you okay?
I'm fine. Are you fine?
I'm okay.
So as
Okay.
far as I figure, you guys have traveled the first hour. This happened about the second hour. So you're about
Right
here.
there. Okay.
All right.
So, quick.
If you guys want to like have your own maps and like, you print them out next time and start marking them up, we can totally do that.
Oh yeah.
I
I'll just mark
have a
everything
keeper
right.
map. This is the player map. I have the keeper map, so I know where everything is.
But here's
Okay.
my question.
Yes.
Do we set an ambush here? Because obviously we've alerted them that we're in the game.
This is a vast area. You don't know if they're in the air.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
We could set an ambush or we
traps.
keep
Set a
going.
trap.
Do you know how to? Does anyone know how to set traps?
I've got survival skill. I've got survival skills. Does that count?
Yeah.
Can we set a trap?
Trap.
Well, what kind of trap are you trying to set? Like, let's talk about this for a moment.
Use the shrooms.
Yeah. Just put a pile of gold underneath the shroom.
One, they're not dragons. 2, we're not trying to kill these guys.
Oh, right. But we wouldn't be
Now,
killing
here's the thing. Like, I just know how to work with computers. What the fuck am I doing out here?
Welcome to first level.
This is a bonding weekend.
I didn't tell you to pick computer skills. It's not my fault most of you chose not to take firearms and everyone decided to be Bruce Lee and take martial arts.
No. That's fine. I mean, the game's called Star Frontiers. Yeah, we wouldn't need computer skills. No, how are you with a sword, dude? How's that club working for you?
You don't know. You may end up having to, well, let me shut up.
We'll see what happens
Gonna
later.
happen.
Look, I'm
We're
just
definitely
saying.
not finishing this scenario tonight, guys. So
I'm just saying what Llama would say after that just happened.
right. Okay, so the choice is: do you set an ambush here and hope those gyrojets attract the rival clan, Invia, and then take them down as they come in and try and maneuver, or and possibly set up some traps? I want to know if that's the plan, and what are your traps? How are you concealing yourself? What is the nature of this ambush?
I think the probability of that, given this vast area, and we just entered it, the probability of them noticing it would be on the lower side. Not impossible, not zero, but on the lower side. If you want to take the effort and time to do that, I'm not going to go against it, but I don't think it's a probable or prudent use of our time.
Larmo, have you finished eating what's in the bento box?
Only what I ate before. I didn't eat anything else. Why, are you hungry?
No, is the bento box still intact? I mean, you've eaten the food.
Yeah,
but
I didn't eat all of it.
Well, I was just going to say, if you want to get rid of a level of bento box, we'll just toss it underneath the death shrooms and let them come across, see something that doesn't belong in the forest, and when they go to look like that, I'm just saying.
It's not a bad idea, but if anyone's hungry, grab something now, and I can leave whatever's left.
Okay,
The bento box.
it sounds like you're going to use the empty bento box as a lure to lure someone underneath these two battered but still living death shrooms.
Correct. Because, honestly, we got through it fine. I figure they'll get through it fine, but at least they'll have wounded.
And it's a minimal trap, and it's a minimal chance, so I've got nothing to lose by leaving it here.
Right.
Go ahead. Sure, why not?
All right, how long do you wish to stay in the area hoping that you attract someone? And
No. That's just setting a trap if someone comes to
We're
investigate.
leaving it here, and then we're going.
so this is like a claymore.
Yes.
This is a landmine.
Yeah.
You're hoping that this messes someone up at some point.
And we've lost
Yeah.
nothing except an empty bento box.
Okay, but you're still going to travel on.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so in the same general direction.
As we do a circuit around, what we're going to try to do, looking at the map.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, I'll pull it back up.
Do you want to go towards the lake? Do you want to go more around the lake? What do you want to do?
I want to go around the lake, but I have meta knowledge and I can't use that. So
It looks like you guys are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here.
Yeah.
So do you want to head west and then curve down south
So west
with
would be like
respect
this.
to the lake?
yeah, I basically want to split the radius around the lake, Oscar. So I want to do a middle between the X's and the lake, going around the circle around the lake.
Exactly.
Okay. So you want to make a circle that's half the size of the axis.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you want to basically make a circuit kind of like halfway between the outer perimeter.
Yeah, hoping that we come across something that'll give us a clue as to where they might be.
So
yeah,
hour
we can
1
see.
would be 1, 2, 3. Hour 2 would be 1, 2, 3. Hour 3 is going to be what? 1, 2, 3? Or
Down one.
Down one.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like this?
Down,
Yeah.
down.
No.
No,
No. You're still going west, but instead of going up, go down.
No, go down. No, go back where you were. Go down. There you go.
Here,
Yep.
and then there,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then there.
No,
yeah.
no, back up. Back up.
All right, back up one. Yeah.
Here.
4.
I just walk a
Yeah.
circle around. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Making
Now
sure
I have to
not
go
to go
to the
underneath
scan
any
map.
death rooms.
And we're on high alert, especially since we know we've made a lot of noise.
I'll top off my
Oh,
paint.
look, death room. Let's
I
not go
fucking
under it.
hate you guys. Thorga, the tracker goes off.
Oh, we're so close.
We should be quiet for a few minutes, and I'll go up in the trees and do a
Wait. Did you just say the tracker went off?
Yeah.
You guys, you didn't tell them about
What
the tracker,
tracker?
did you? All
Wait,
of a sudden,
the
you
tracker
hear
got
from
Wait, did he turn it on?
chandelier.
Was it
There's-
on?
There,
Did he
from
say
his
he turned it on?
chandelier, there's this little device, and it starts flashing a light and printing out a display in
wait.
Yazarian and like beeping, like.
Did he say it was on?
It was
It's always
automatic.
on.
It's always
Oh.
on.
Passive.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
It
that?
snaps on when we get within 5 kilometers. Okay.
Well, I can
What's
turn it
that?
off by snapping. This
What?
is just. I didn't tell you guys about it. This tracker device. It's his wife. If this goes off, she's within 5 kilometers of us.
Gee, Torga, you're going to make a great lieutenant.
In retrospect, I have to tell you, Thorga was right. They are closest to drop zone A because it is the most inaccessible, and they thought it was the least likely zone of approach. They
There we
thought
go.
the other two were so much likelier. They thought that you would definitely be coming from the south. They didn't think that you'd risk coming from that area because you couldn't land. You'd have to rappel in. So they played the odds that this would be your worst landing site, and they chose to make their base in the upper north quadrant of the zone.
I guess that didn't work out for them so well then. Did
No,
it?
no, it didn't. It worked out great for you guys.
That's why we're the 18.
Okay.
Well, C, D, somewhere in there.
Okay, so
B
when
plus,
it
B
goes off,
plus.
what is your play? And we're gonna play till 11:30.
Okay. So
So we-
Torga,
We're on our
that's
last 25 minutes.
Torga, that gives
Has
you direction
correct.
and distance.
No
Yeah.
direction, 5 kilometers. However,
No, it does
You
give
have
you
some-
direction at this.
I
Totally
told
good direction distance.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Where we got? Where's the direction?
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I didn't know it gave direction. I thought
5
it
kilometers southwest.
gave southwest, 5 kilometers
No.
southwest.
West by southwest.
Okay.
So
So
close
what's
to the lake?
so what's the plan? Do we just go straight in?
No.
So what do we do?
Thorga and I got ahead since we moved the fastest, I think.
That way you'll encounter the enemy alone. When you're
But we-
never seen again.
We'll be quiet. Somebody else has stealth. Who else has stealth in this group?
Somebody has stealth, don't they?
Nobody?
I have
I'm
a
a
question.
doctor.
I have a question. Is any, and this would be luck, so there is no luck. So is any of the terrain in that direction downhill?
No.
Damn, because I could use that to my advantage. I could roll, and you guys could just like keep me from too fast. So we can go faster.
Just want to bowling ball somebody.
That would be fun. I've thought of it.
Can Wonder Larmo take the form of a monkey?
No.
No, I could just grow limbs.
Oh, I was going to say
I
ride.
can't shapeshift.
I was going to say ride Joe.
Thorga,
Hey.
the tracker, the alarm stops.
The alarm stop. That's
Oh,
not a
shit,
good
they know.
sign. That's not a
They
good
found
sign.
it.
We know what direction she was in, and we should head there very fast.
All right, let's
You guys-
let's do it.
Okay.
But Torga, Go above the lower canopy. See if they're moving away through the trees.
Yeah, I'll do
Exactly.
that.
How? I don't want to hold everybody up. I want to get this. So, can I follow? Can I just catch up with you guys?
That would leave you going through this forest by yourself.
Not a good idea.
Joe,
No, seriously, how heavy is he?
He's probably the heaviest one other than Finknoddle.
Let's
Remember,
roll.
65.
Even though
I'm
he's
60.
short, he's very muscularly
Right.
dense.
I'm 65 kilograms, and I go at 3 kilometers an hour. So if it's within 5, we're 2 hours away, and you guys can go faster than that.
But then they're going to be going in against a team of 5 with 4.
Joe,
Remember, it's equal numbers.
How
They have
strong are
equal
you?
numbers to you.
Not that strong.
Split up and you
I'm
encounter
quite
all
strong.
of them at once. And remember, they're trained Yazarian warriors. They didn't take computer. I mean, they basically picked a bunch of guys who could defend themselves as their clan champions.
Can you
In an
shape your
ideal
limbs
world,
into the?
Thorga would be here with 4 other Yazarians who were trained for this sort of
Yeah.
shit.
Can I what?
Can you shape your limbs into kind of a backpack?
Yes, you
You
can.
mean you want to carry me?
Drape
We're gonna
your
have to.
arms over my shoulders and your legs.
Are you strong enough to carry me?
I might be. I don't know. I'm
That could work.
pretty strong.
How much do you weigh?
hey,
How much do I weigh?
Oscar,
Yes.
80.
I'm sure there's some sort of collapsible litter that we have for medical. You know, an unfolding stretcher type thing that.
It doesn't matter if you guys are carrying him, you're going to be weighted down and you're going to be traveling slower.
Harlan, how
Two
much do you
people
weigh?
carrying him
At
will
your
move
ideal
faster.
pace without. Look, I'm just going to say we're not doing this. We're not.
Yeah.
Let's carry the Dralocite all over the place so we don't have to deal with his little baby steps. No, you've got a Dralocite in your group. Your movement rate is 3. We're not carrying him because he's heavy as fuck. You know, you're not going to fire carry a guy and force march. You're not Spartans. You're not Space Marines. You're first level.
We're
You get there in an hour and a half. And
force. We
one
take pride in that.
It's a 30-minute difference in how long it takes you to get there.
Okay, let's just go. It gives us time to prepare.
As fast as we can go, then.
Okay, so while we're casually
You're going to be
strolling-
going as fast as you can go.
Are we going in a straight line there? Because they're gonna know we're coming.
They don't know we're coming. All they know is they found a tracker device that was going boop boop on her in her body, and they shut it off somehow.
They know we're coming.
Which means they know the receiver of the device was within 5 kilometers.
But they don't know what direction we're coming from. We know
They
what
don't
direction
know what
they're
direction,
in.
but they know someone's 5. They know an opposition force is 5 kilometers away.
Okay. The thing is, in the meantime, as we're moving, they might move too. So let's just go as fast as we can.
and that's why Torga's going to be scouting up ahead.
Yep,
Up.
I
Does
will
anybody
do that.
have?
Literally up ahead. Overhead.
Does
Overhead.
anybody have a grenade?
Thorga, you're going to climb to the top of the tallest tree,
Yes.
like Bilbo.
Yes.
Does anybody have a grenade?
I have Doe's grenade. We all do.
Do we have any loud, like frag grenades?
Okay, this is a great plan. Not the grenades, the climbing. So let me deal with that. The grenades aren't
Grenades
bad.
solve
But that's,
many problems.
you don't have anyone. You're just gonna put. Do any of you have gas masks?
I have a boomerang.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because you don't want to mix having those grenades and not having a gas mask.
Ugh, fine.
Okay, so while Thorga is climbing the tree to kind of get a lay of the land,
He'll catch up. He moves faster that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then why don't we go?
Okay.
so Thorga, you're going to try and climb and glide above them in the canopy to pace them. Just be above them.
Yes, that's the plan. So I'm like Overwatch.
Okay. So let me put this back up. We're going to be getting into position, but I don't think we're going to be getting to the actual combat against any of the opposition forces this week. But we'll definitely be doing a lot of that next week. Hold on. Let me.
Be right back.
Ah.
Just for my own edification, the biocord, how long does that last?
Hold on. Biocort, the
The stamina?
stabilizer. I think it lasts 24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
Oh, the extra 10 points of stamina?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's 24 to 48. And the stabilizer.
I'm going to go ahead and take my bump.
What the fuck did I do?
I don't know what you did.
Okay.
There you go.
So we are 1, 2, 3, 4 south. 1, 2, 3, 4 south. And so you want to head south by southwest. So 1, 2, 3. Or 1.
Whichever way was straight there.
Let's say you were going to go west, south, west, and be here at the end of the first hour. Yes or no, guys?
Okay.
Was that the direction that it told us to go?
When you were here, 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, we were there. Right.
It said you were 4 hours south by south, west by southwest.
Yep.
Which is a general.
Okay. So yeah, that direction.
So 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
Okay.
Near that mysterious dark line.
Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I go to the GM map. All right. You get halfway there. And Thorga, I need you to make a INT check. Wait, yeah, an intuition check.
All right, I rolled a 35. Let me check my stat. INT 55. That is a.
Okay. You see a structure in the upper canopy. About 2 kilometers in front of you. And it looks like a high-end elevated camp, hunting camp. A Yazarian high-end hunting camp built in the tree canopy. It's like a massive, it's like several raised platforms. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can share this map with you guys now.
This isn't something someone could construct, like, in the last couple days, I assume.
Yazarian.
Are you guys ready for this?
Sure.
Are you ready for this?
This is what he's seeing.
Okay, here we go.
Ah.
All right.
Wow.
And you're right. No, this isn't something they could have put together in a few days. This blue area is a starship.
Okay.
And above them is some kind of a wide retractable camo screen, making it look like the top of the tree canopy.
Ooh.
So they have a way to fly in and out of this base. But you've seen these before. This is like what really rich Yazarians would set up to go hunting in a tree canopy like this. A lot of these platforms are prefab collapsibles. So even though this is the kind of stuff they couldn't have done overnight, it wouldn't have taken them more than 4 or 5 days to assemble this, something on this scale, with the right budget and know-how.
It's a Eurasian tree stand. Yeah.
Yeah, except these are buildings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Torga?
Yeah.
Is this cheating?
Oh, wait, I don't know this is here, so I can't ask this question. Never mind.
Can Torga call us?
Torga seeing this.
Once I get details, I'm going to come back.
That's all I can tell you. You see buildings, you see this, and that's it. Like I can't give you details. You're so far away without Magna goggles, you couldn't make out any greater details. But you do see the structure kind of looming ahead of you, and you've gotten here without being attacked by the Op 4.
Well,
The
I'll whip
opposition
back and
forces.
tell everybody what I see then.
Because they were stationed south of here, hoping to ambush you as you came north. And because they were stationed south of here, they didn't hear the gyro jets go off because they were still so far away.
Maybe they don't know we're here.
Oh, Thorga's pretty sure you'd have been attacked. You're within 3 kilometers of your goal. They would have definitely wanted to engage you before now.
Well, I'll fly back and dramatically.
So you're going to glide down. You do like the spiral pattern down. You land where they are, and you can tell them what you see.
I will, in detail.
Does any of that, Torga, break your people's code? I mean, he wasn't allowed to bring the ship in or our vehicle in, the tour bus, but they got a starship.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't break code because they set the parameters. They can't use the starship in this encounter. So as long as they're not using the starship to thwart you,
flying in and out.
It's not flying in and out. Basically, this is capture the flag. They can make any base they want. It's up to you to penetrate it.
All right, so you saw the place. What do you think the plan is?
You guys can't climb and fly, so.
Well,
we can climb.
You have climbing gear.
How is this thing attached? Is it based on the ground, or is it attached just to the trees?
It's in the tree canopy. It's in the.
Well, the platforms are, but I mean the bracing. Does it go all the way to the floor, or is it braced on the trees?
No, they're braced against the trees. There's no. You could have walked right under this and never noticed it.
So, Torga, you saw nobody on the way there or the way back?
Did not.
No, so
well, he didn't go any further west. He just went above you.
Okay.
You wouldn't see. You guys would not have noticed this underneath because there's a camouflage canopy underneath.
Could you go forward and back and just do you think you can go up there, go forward a bit, stay concealed, and just scout ahead? Is that a possibility?
I would think so, yeah. Unless.
Hey, Torga.
Yeah.
Do you think Pelgraph chose you because of us?
That would be on the ground and easy targets.
Because it's a clan war game. So are they expecting a bunch of your clan to show up and not expecting an attack from the ground?
I don't know. GM, would that be the norm?
The norm would have been that he would have summoned a bunch of clans and other Yazarians would be coming. Okay. Unfortunately, he's a semi-outcast. He's not officially an outcast, but he's not really welcome within the clan. And he's living on a planet far from any of the other Yazarian clansmen.
He took what he could get.
There are probably a half dozen Yazarians of his proper clan in this system. It's it's a human Rusk system.
But he wouldn't be required to tell them ahead of time who was coming.
Oh no, it's none of their business. I mean, if he could hire like the best swordsman in the galaxy within that 5 days and send that guy, that's fair game. As long as the team is led by a Yazarian of that clan, they can hire any mercenaries they want. It's fair game.
They might think that there's Yazarians coming, so they might not know we're coming from the ground.
Again, they know what planet you're on, so you don't know.
There's only one way forward.
Okay, so you're going to end here. It is 11:24, and we're not getting into a massive fight raiding base.
Are you getting a lot of noise?
I hear wind.
Loud.
I do too, and I don't know where it's coming from.
We'll mute one by one and see whose it is. Is somebody moving around?
I think my vent just kicked on and I'm right under it, so that's why that might be it.
Okay.
All right. So give me 1 second.
So 2 weeks from tonight is the 23rd. Is that going to be an issue for anybody as far as holidays?
I'm working that day. It's not a big. It's not a. Doesn't make a difference to me.
I'm off from the 18th till
I would like to play. But we'll.
All right, so Oscar says it's a go. Harland,
I'll have to see. I have family in town.
okay, I'm a go. What about you, Joe? Go. Larmo's a go. Torga?
Yep.
All right, so everybody but Harland is questionable.
I can probably swing it.
Okay.
Or everybody but Harland's a go, and he's questionable. That's better, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So I've got something that I have to do, which is kind of amazing. Just hold on a second. Okay, I'd like to thank Jim Berrier, our patron. The game actually has one patron who's actually at a level that he can be thanked. So
Thank you.
thanks, Jim. We're going to be working in your special NPC as soon as we can. So we thank our patrons. So please, if you enjoyed the game, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, check out our Patreon. We've got some original art up already by Matt. And you'll eventually get, depending on the level, you can get our adversaries and NPCs. So you'll be getting the write-up of the very interesting, I think, Death Troops, because that's one of the creatures we encountered. At certain other levels, you get the complete script of this adventure to run it for your own group, and become a part of the campaign by helping design it. Check out the Patreon. There's a lot of options there. Thank you for joining us, and we're going to end the broadcast. Any words for our viewers at home? Party?
I was going to say one thing. One thing I'd like to do to add to the Patreon as well. Like at the end of every session, I'm going to pick a scene and draw it, kind of like the Mandalorian.
Were you reading my
battle
mind?
scene.
You were reading my mind. I was going to suggest that.
Battle
That's
scene or
awesome.
something like that. So there'll be a scene of us taking on the mushrooms, and you put that on the Patreon or something if you like.
I was just going to say, Joe, I want to talk to you later. I had an idea.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
So
We're a team already. We're all thinking the same.
I guess we're doing this again. We had enough fun that you guys aren't going to ditch me. We still have a game after session 1. Yes.
yeah,
yeah.
session 1, official name, Mushroom Trip.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, and by the way, that poison was a paralytic.
Nice.
So if you don't get the spine out and it drips on you, you got to make a stamina check, or you just kind of wig out, and it slowly reels you up and dissolves you.
Well, I'm glad that didn't happen.
Good job figuring out to pull these, get these freaking things unattached as quickly as possible. All right. All right. So that's it. We're going to end broadcast. It's just about 11:30. Thank you for joining us. Be safe, citizens, and God willing, we'll see everybody in 2 weeks.
Yay.
Okay. Have a good one. Stay safe, stay healthy, everybody.
Yep.
And that's all those who are watching too.
Absolutely.
Take care.
All right.
Take care.